Vellamal feels proud to honor the physical education teachers with 5 cars and 15 lakhs. Supreme Mobiles and Supreme Super Apple Days. Get instant discount up to 15,000 on iPhone.
MCR Pure Cotton Club, formals and casual shirts.
Hello and welcome to Galatta Plus. In this video review episode, we are going to be talking about Sumanth Bhat's Mithya. The film is a superb series of insights into a troubled boy's mind. This is not exactly a coming-of-age movie, it's more like a bunch of x-rays that lay bare the workings of a mind grappling with the aftermath of a tragedy. The rest of this review may contain spoilers. The opening shot of Mithya is that of a boy standing by the doorway of a train compartment. Outside this doorway, trains of untamed nature rush by, they fly by. Inside the doorway is the comfort of birds and other people. The boy is neither here nor there. As we will see later, this boy is the Mithya of the title. His given name is Midhun and he's played by Rakshit Shetty. There has been a horrible tragedy. Midhun, aka Mithya, is being taken from his home in Mumbai to the home of his aunt and uncle in Udupi. Their physical displacement brings with it mental displacement. The Marathi-speaking boy is being taken to a place that speaks Kannada. He will get a room of his own, but his younger sister Vandana will sleep with their aunt and uncle. Except for one older chap, very few local boys seem to want to be around him, and the sullen loneliness becomes a default state. The aunt and uncle, beautifully played by Prakash Tuminad and Rupa Varkadi, are good people. The aunt is amazed that there are so many thoughts in this small head of Mithya. How will we know anything unless you tell us, she asks him. But even if he wanted to, Midhun would be unable to put what he's thinking into words. In a remarkable performance, Rakshit Shetty plays Midhun as a near wordless boy struggling to make sense of the circumstances that brought him here, and he's also trying to make sense of the various things that have been happening since. See, for instance, the playfulness in him the first time he plays Inky Pinky Ponky with the sister Vandana, little sister Vandana, and the violence in him when he plays the game with her again later in the movie. The change in emotion has to do with something he now knows about the girl. He probably knows she is blameless, the little girl is blameless, and yet he realizes that she is another stone thrown into the placid pond that was once his mind. With the extraordinary cinematographer Udit Khurana, writer-director Sumanth Bhat gives us many scenes that function as a mirror of the young protagonist's mind. At one point, Midhun takes permission from a teacher and goes to the washroom of his new school. The subtle way the scene is framed and staged, we see that Midhun did not really need to relieve himself. He just wanted to be alone for a while. Many of the ripples in his mind are due to things said by older people who didn't feel it necessary to lower their voices so that Midhun would not hear what they were talking about. And sometimes scenes turn multidimensional in extraordinary ways that go beyond Midhun. His uncle tells him that he always wanted a boy. Midhun asks him why. The older man says, "Maybe to show my father that raising a son is not difficult." At that exquisitely vulnerable moment, I was able to imagine the uncle being like Midhun at some point, a sulking, withdrawn boy dealing with his own mental ripples. The uncle and aunt follow established gender roles. She has a woman's job. She is a beautician. He is an auto driver who refuses to feed his child because that sort of thing is a wife's department. He appreciates Midhun for fighting with an older boy who insulted Midhun's masculinity for riding a girl's cycle, but hearing his uncle and aunt quarrel at home reminds Midhun of the way his parents used to quarrel. Composer Midhun Mukundan gives us an absolutely gorgeous strings piano melody over the closing credits, but while the movie is playing, he rarely makes his presence felt. We aren't manipulated into feeling anything. Every emotion is earned, and many shots have a payoff, from that game of Inky Pinky Ponky to the visual of Midhun swimming in a local pond. These payoffs are internal, taking us to the extent possible into Midhun's mind. As older people, we see what he isn't able to see. A tug of war between two sets of relatives who want Midhun makes things worse, and you see why the horrifying end was necessary. Does this closing stretch mean that Midhun has come to terms with whatever happened? In other words, is this catharsis, or is this just a temporary quieting of the ripples in his mind? Mithya is not quite a coming-of-age film. There isn't a clean A to B arc that the central character negotiates. The film is more like a series of snapshots of a certain state of mind, and that's what makes it so different, so moving, so beautiful. If there's a metaphor in this movie, it may be in the scene where Midhun is playing with his magnifying glass in the sunlight and accidentally sets off a fire. The way I saw it, that's what life is. We want to do one thing, something else happens, and we are left to bridge the gap. For the duration of its running time, Mithya offers us the privilege of watching Midhun trying to bridge those gaps. And that's it about Mithya. If you like this video review, do subscribe to Galatta Plus and see you soon at the movies.
Vellamal feels proud to honor the physical education teachers with 5 cars and 15 lakhs. Supreme Mobiles and Supreme Super Apple Days. Get instant discount up to 15,000 on iPhone.
MCR Pure Cotton Club, formals and casual shirts.